So I wanted to do a quick overview of the CSGO teams for Faze and Optic. As you all know, in the previous week and in the previous month, both Faze and Optic have formed their own CSGO teams. So I wanted to do a quick overview of all that and share all that information with you. So I hope you all enjoy. Here we go. So Faze bought the team G2 Kingwin, which is originally just Team Kingwin before players Screaming Dennis left after very limited success at majors. After being Team Kingwin, they became G2 Kingwin and added players Jagex and AZ in place of Screaming Dennis. Again, as G2, the team saw very limited success with very few wins against major European teams. The team G2 finished their career with 80 wins and 64 losses, which made it the perfect mediocre team for Faze to pick up, knowing the team had major potential but could also be bought for a reasonable price. Finally, just last week, the team G2 Kingwin became the newest Faze CSGO team and was purchased for an amount that actually has not been publicized or specified yet to this time. The team lineup has not gone under any changes player-wise, but changes to the team and staff might be happening sometime soon. As you can imagine, with new owners, anything can happen. In addition to Jagex and AZ, the rest of the team is Fox, Michaelele, and Rain, which is very ironic as many of you know the current Faze Rain, or the YouTuber, but no, they're not the same person. In Faze's debut in the Western European scene, they went up against the powerhouse and number 2 team, Navi, and got rolled to a 9-16 loss. And you can imagine all these people in a small uproar of haters that began to back them away from the CSGO scene, because originally Faze is a huge Call of Duty scene, and people don't believe they belong in the CSGO scene. Of course, fanboys and people all of this generation were all in riots. But they did come back. In their second game, they bounced back against the notorious Luminosity Gaming, and I say notorious because LG has been known to upset big teams all over Europe, sweeping teams like Navi and CLG 2-0 and beating Envious, NIP, and TSM all in just one major event, the Face It TV event not too long ago. The Faze team were substantial underdogs and managed to take down Luminosity Gaming by the same score as the previous match of 16-9. A very convincing win and a dominating performance, and it definitely shut up all those haters. Now on to the current Optic Gaming CSGO team, formerly known as the Canadian Conquest team, who again saw very little success in any majors with few wins against major teams, and their best games were 2-1 losses against both Mouse Sports and Team Liquid. This team also saw no lineup changes under their new owners of Optic, and the team is split with 3 Canadians and 2 Americans. Shazam is seemingly Optic's star player, although he's been talked up by many of the Optic players. I don't really see it. I haven't been blown away by any of his performances quite yet, and for good reason. His only big win in his whole career was with Optic Gaming not too long ago against CSGO, also known as Lounge Gaming. The rest of the team is as follows. They have Daps, Rush, Naf, and Stanislaw. Their only notable win and only major win under Optic so far was again against CSGO or Lounge Gaming, a very average team who has had limited major success and little to no success against premier teams. Also to be noted, in Optic's most recent LAN event, they were beaten by a huge underdog team by the name of Splice in a best-of-3 series. Although the 2 games they did lose were very close, one of them going into overtime, Splice has been around for just a month longer than Optic, and they were still a heavy underdog on most betting websites, and Optic was expected an easy win by most announcers. In a comparison right now between the 2 teams and their scarce amount of gameplay, I would give Faze a fairly notable edge in beating the better CSGO team, although it's very early to tell and many changes can be made to both teams, and big changes can be made. Faze had a pretty good debut into the CSGO arena, and Optic just didn't seem to be on point with each other. Their morale and their point calls were just not in sync as well as Faze's was, and again, they haven't beaten a team like LG or anyone close to an LG performing team. Anyway, that's my opinion. I hope you all enjoyed this video. As always, leave a like or comment down below what you guys want to see next. Until next time, live, love, laugh a lot. Remember, I like you. Goodbye.